Right, if you clicked onto this video, then you're probably a South African that is looking for an extra income, and that's exactly what I'm going to help you with in this video. What I'm going to cover is the 5 side hustles that you can realistically start as a South African with no money to your name, and no matter what age you are or how much experience you have. These are going to be the most 5 practical hustles that you can actually start as a South African and take it from someone who personally made $100,000 at the age of 20 using some of these hustles myself. So with that being said, let's get into the video, and I recommend that you stay until the end. Right, so side hustle number 1 is being a social media manager. Now, you don't necessarily have to have experience with marketing to get into this. Sometimes there are just people out there that are looking for people to take this off their plate. They're not necessarily looking for someone particularly skilled, but it will help if you have a little bit of skill attached to it. So go and do some research, go watch some YouTube videos. I can guarantee after about an hour of watching videos on YouTube alone, you will be able to have a good handle or a good feel on how to actually manage accounts. And you can go about it in different ways. You don't only have to manage their accounts, but you could also create content for them. Now, the platform I recommend for that is canva.com. You very likely know of it and have heard of it, but I recommend that you use that because there are a multitude of templates that you can actually use to make this life so much easier, or this job so much easier for you. And you can literally just use that with no experience. You can reuse templates, you can just build out a calendar for them, and you can post content for them. Now, I highly recommend this because this is the first way that I actually made money online as well. And there's 2 platforms that I personally use that you can go look at as well. Number 1 being Fiverr.com, which is a freelancing platform where you can post these jobs and then people come to you. Or alternatively, you can use freelancer.com or upwork.com. Completely depends on you. Go do your research and test out a few different platforms and see what actually works. At the end of the day, it's going to be about your offer. But go do some research on what other people are offering on those platforms, especially in regards to social media management. See what you could potentially offer around the same category or around the same offer and pricing as well. Now, as a South African, I understand if you're not necessarily looking to look internationally, you don't have to. You can look locally. Now, if you want to look locally, some groups and some places that I recommend is looking on Facebook groups, and then you can also go look at LinkedIn job postings. There's tons and tons and tons of LinkedIn job postings asking for a specific thing. Now, another method that you can actually do is you can reach out to a specific niche or a specific brand or companies, multiple companies on Instagram as well with a script. All you need is some kind of portfolio. Again, just use canva.com to use that and to build it up. And then from there, you can kind of learn along the way. But that is side hustle number 1. Now, side hustle number 2 is video editing. This one I cannot recommend enough because there's such an influx of people needing video editors at the moment, especially people just to clip up long form content. So the benefit of this is that there's a low entry and there is a higher entry where you need a little bit of skill to get into it, but really not that much. And then also, if you've already got experience in this, you can go above and beyond and you can go and do motion graphics for people. But if you have no experience or very little experience with this, go watch some YouTube videos. There's some platforms that you can use. For example, I know DaVinci Resolve is a really good platform that's completely free to my knowledge. I could be wrong about that, but go do your research on what platforms are out there. Sometimes it's even AI content creator platforms out there that are completely free or maybe a slight fee where it will clip up content for you, because that's the number 1 demand right now in this industry. Is there's tons of people building personal brands, tons of people trying to put content out there, tons and tons and tons of companies that are prioritizing social media right now, especially TikTok, especially Reels and Shorts. And what they need is they need short form content, but going ahead and creating that content is time consuming and they don't want to do that. So they want to hand it off to someone like you who is easily going to sit down and clip up some content for them in about 10 minutes time and send it over. So essentially all you're going to do is take their long form content that they've already pre-recorded, and you're just going to shorten those clips into 10-second or 30-second increments, and you're going to send it over to them. So it's really simple. Now, if you want to go a little bit more of the expensive route where you will get paid top dollar, then editing long form content with motion graphics is a really great way to go. There's tons and tons of people looking for high quality editors out there, and some of the places that you can look on is Twitter. I know it sounds a little bit odd, but a lot of people find jobs on Twitter, especially in the video editing space. So I recommend that. If you're looking at elsewhere, then I would recommend looking on Instagram as well and reach out to people that are building a personal brand or posting constant shorts. That is a really good place to start, and you can even reach out to companies and offer it to them. So with that being said, let's move on to the next one. Now, side hustle number 3 is a little bit broader, but it's freelancing. So being a freelancer is a lot more simpler than people make it out to be. And I know it opens up Pandora's box because it's very broad, but hear me out. There is so much opportunity out there. And I know a lot of people are going to recommend social media, a lot of people are going to recommend drop shipping and all the other things that you probably commonly hear if you're on the side of YouTube and if you're on the side of content. And I get it. It's frustrating because a lot of the time that stuff never works out. But you don't have to follow that path. You can realistically make an income from anything, depending on your skill level, depending on your interests. If you have a natural interest and inclination towards fitness, you can make money in personal training. You can make money online by offering some prepaid courses or programs. And let's just say you have an interest in cooking. You can do online cooking sessions, or you can offer meal plans, whatever it is. You can go in that direction and you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel either. This is how I first made a lot of my money online, and it was just by finding a few things that I naturally had an interest in and monetizing it. So you can do exactly the same thing. Now, I actually created a completely free community and program, no upsell, no catch, no strings attached. You can get access to it in the link below in the description. It's going to be the only link in there. Click on it and you'll get a request access. Now, once you have access to the community, I promise you it is a completely value-based community where I teach you from A to Z exactly how to do freelancing as a South African specifically, and how to pick your niche, how to pick your offer, how you can monetize your skills, and how to even get your first sale. So go down below and get access to that, and you can take it from there. But let's move on to the next. Side hustle number 4 is high ticket closing. Now, a lot of people don't even know what this is, which is remarkable to me because there's so much opportunity out there. Now, as opposed to all the other skills and all the other side hustles, essentially what high ticket closing is you are essentially just selling someone else's skill or their service or their product for a commission. So if, let's just say I go to Bob and Bob has a course or some kind of mentorship that he charges $4,000 for, I'm going to go to him and say, hey, I'm going to sell this course and this proven product, this proven service that you already have. So I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to come up with something myself. I'm going to sell that for you for free, but I'm going to take a 30% commission. Now imagine that. Let's just say 50% commission. Imagine you sell a $4,000 course, and yes, dollars is possible in South Africa. You sell a $4,000 course for someone and you get 50% of that. That's $2,000 added to your wallet every single month, maybe around 58,000 Rand, I think it converts to, probably a bit more. That is life-changing money on one deal close. This is more suitable for people that have a natural charisma or natural inclination to talking to people, but it's also a skill that you can learn. I used to have a terrible stutter and I used to be terrified of phone calls that I used to shy away from them completely. Then I just kind of got used to it. I taught myself the skill, and eventually that is what made us the most amount of money, and especially building a company, is sales. So I highly recommend this for anyone because there's tons of people that are building personal brands and are selling high ticket or expensive mentorship programs or courses or programs or products that you don't have to even create yourself. You're literally just using their audience, you're using their existing product that is proven to the market that to work, and you can just sell it for a commission. And that is why it's so lucrative. Now, if this sounds like it's right up your alley, then what I recommend is that you go and look on Facebook groups. Tons and tons of opportunity posted on there. LinkedIn jobs, really good opportunity posted there. Sometimes they're posted as sales positions as well, so just look into that. And then alternatively, what you can do is you can reach out to people that are building personal brands on social media, especially in the business or entrepreneurial space. These people are constantly looking to bring out mentorships and courses, and you can reach out to them, offer it for free, and you just get a commission. So there's no reason for them to say no, and there's no loss to you and no risk to you. So with that being said, that is one of the favorite and my favorite side hustles that you can start that not many people know about. Now, the last side hustle number 5 is web development. Now, web development is one of the most lucrative businesses to start, and it's not necessarily something where you have to create a business. You can be a solo entrepreneur doing this specific side hustle, but you can make so much money. And the best part about it is you can charge top dollar. I know people that charge $6,000 upfront just to get on a call with them about web design, not even to create the website itself. And fortunately for you, we are in the era of AI. So if you're not too familiar with design or you're not too skillful with creating websites, there are so many platforms out there. So what I recommend is to do a little bit of research online. A lot of companies are moving their websites, especially agencies are looking for constant website adaptations, and they use Webflow. But the two website platforms I recommend for you is Tendev and Durable.co. Go do your research on them, but these are really great platforms for you to use to take the side hustle up. Now, with that being said, this is unfortunately one of the ones I know the least about. But what I recommend is you go research as much as you can about all these side hustles. And with that, I wanted to leave you with those side hustles that you can realistically achieve and get started with immediately, no matter what experience you have, no matter where you are in life, and no matter where you are in the world. So hopefully that was valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.